Hi, I'm Toshi from Japan and a tourist guide for foreigners. In this video, I'll show you 10 new price Japan has changed.
Before I delve into today's content, let me give you a quick rundown. In October 2023, Japan saw a whopping 2.51 million foreign visitors, an impressive 100.8% compared to the same period in 2019 pre-COVID times. With this surge in tourism, there have been notable changes across various aspects. I recently covered these specifics in a previous video, so be sure to check it out. Today, I'll delve into how these shifts affect your wallet. Think entrance fees, accommodations, transport, dining, the whole shebang. Prices have seen some hikes, but also surprising drops using real figures. I'll break it all down. Plus, considering currency fluctuations, I'll share the bigger picture. Stick around till the end to get a complete picture for your upcoming trip to Japan.
So, let's get started.
Number 1 is entrance fees for tourist attractions.
First of all, I am diving into the changing landscape of prices at popular tourist spots in Japan. Let's talk about theme parks first. Disney Resort has recently increased its admission fees by 1,500 yen since October 2023, with peak days hitting 10,900 yen, $73. Similarly, Universal Studios Japan hiked prices by 600 yen since August, now at 10,400 yen, $70 for the highest tier. Shifting to cultural sites, the iconic Kinkakuji Temple in Kyoto, which most of foreign tourists visit, raised its entry fee by 100 yen in April 2023, now standing at 500 yen, $3.50. These are just a few examples. Numerous other attractions and services have seen price hikes. It's crucial for travelers planning a trip to Japan to keep tabs on these changes, as costs may rise beyond expectations. For the most accurate information, staying updated is key.
My channel is dedicated to sharing the latest travel updates for Japan. Make sure to subscribe to stay informed and get the most out of your trip.
Number 2 is tourist tax.
Recently, there's been an introduction of what might seem like additional taxes at popular tourist spots. These taxes are essentially price increases for entry into certain destinations. For instance, take Miyajima, one of Japan's iconic locations, part of the Three Views of Japan, and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Since October 2023, visitors need to pay a 100 yen entry tax to access this scenic spot. Similarly, in Okinawa's beloved Takatomi Island, since April 2023, there's been a 300 yen entry tax, with considerations to raise it to 2,000 yen in 2024. The government is exploring various avenues to collect more from tourists. These charges might add up, impacting your travel budget.
If you are aiming for a budget-friendly trip to Japan, I'd suggest considering an earlier visit before these changes become mandatory.
Number 3 is accommodation fee.
During my recent domestic travels to Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto, I've personally experienced a noticeable surge in hotel prices. At times, the hotels I wanted were fully booked, making it challenging to find accommodation, as I've mentioned in previous videos. This surge is a result of both over-tourism and labor shortages within the hotel industry. Now, let's delve into specific data comparing hotel prices pre-COVID in 2019 and the post-COVID scenario in 2023. Prices vary from city to city due to differing costs of living. Focusing on Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto, popular destinations for foreign tourists, all three cities have seen increases since 2019. Tokyo has risen by about 25%, Osaka by around 20%, and Kyoto by roughly 30%. It's crucial to note that the post-COVID data is up until May 2023, and prices have likely surged further since then. In my estimation, it feels like there's been an increase of over 50%. However, do consider variations due to timing and weekdays. In my previous video, I discussed the times to avoid due to price hikes during trips to Japan.
The surge in hotel prices is reality impacted travelers, so planning your trip considering these changes is essential.
Number 4 is accommodation tax.
Starting from April 2023, a new accommodation tax has been implemented for hotels in Nagasaki Prefecture, located in the Kyushu region of Japan. Nagasaki, historically known as one of the cities affected by the atomic bombing during World War II, hosts significant tourist sites like the Atomic Bomb Museum and Peace Park, attracting a lot of foreign visitors. Now, let's break down the specifics of this tax. The amount varies based on the hotel's accommodation charges. If the cost is under 10,000 yen per night, there's a 100 yen tax. For charges between 10,000 and under 20,000 yen, it's 200 yen. And for accommodations costing over 20,000 yen, the tax is 500 yen per night. These taxes are designed to support local initiatives, but will effectively impact your overall accommodation budget.
Please understand the current situation and make your travel plan.
Number 5 is transportation expense.
Let's discuss the recent increases in transportation costs affecting travelers to Japan. Focusing on two key perspectives. Firstly, let's revisit the Japan Rail Pass, which has been immensely popular among foreign travelers for providing unlimited access to junior trains, including Shinkansen. However, as I've mentioned in previous videos, since October 2023, there's been a substantial hike in its price, shooting up by around 60%. Moving on to the second viewpoint, let's talk about trains in the Kanto region, including Tokyo. Major railway networks such as Tokyo Metro, Junior East, Tokyo, Odakyu, and Tobu lines have increased their fares by 10 yen, totaling 180 yen since April 2023. While these increments might seem nominal, in Japan's train-centric society, small price hikes can accumulate and significantly impact your overall travel expenses. The price surge in both the Japan Rail Pass and the Kanto area's train fares is something to consider while planning your travels in Japan.
It's essential to factor in these increased transportation costs when budgeting for your trip.
Number 6 is air fare.
Let's delve into the pricing of flights to Japan, an essential aspect for most tourists visiting this island nation. As I previously discussed the resurgence in flight demands and route expansions, this time, let's focus on the prices themselves. Unfortunately, there has been an increase in flight costs. Both major Japanese airlines, JAL and ANA, have announced a rise in fuel surcharge fees starting from October 2023 due to increased fuel costs, while specific amounts may vary by region. This increase translates to around a 5,000 yen surge for a one-way flight from the United States to Japan, roughly a $33 hike. The increase in flight costs impact budget planning for travelers intending to visit Japan, particularly those booking flights from certain regions.
So, planning your trip considering these changes is essential.
Number 7 is transportation discount service ended.
Let's talk about the recent discontinuation of a cost-effective transportation pass affecting travelers, specifically the discontinuation of the Kyoto one-day bus pass, which I've discussed in a previous video. This pass, which allowed unlimited rides on buses within Kyoto's city center for 700 yen, has been discontinued since October 2023, introduced in 1995. This pass was incredibly convenient for getting around Kyoto and was quite popular among tourists. However, it often led to long queues at bus stops, making it challenging for locals to use the buses. In an effort to alleviate congestion and promote the combined use of buses and subways, Kyoto City announced the cessation of the one-day pass sales at the end of September 2023. They've replaced it with the subway and bus one-day pass priced at 1,100 yen for adults, aiming to encourage the use of both bus and subway systems. However, from a traveler's perspective, this move seems more like a simple fare increase than an improvement in service.
So, if you are planning a trip to Kyoto in the future, it's essential to consider this change while budgeting for your transportation.
Number 8 is cost of eating out.
When it comes to dining experiences in Japan, it's often a significant highlight for travelers. However, it's important to note that many well-known chain restaurants in Japan have implemented price hikes starting from 2023, specifically. Among 8 popular restaurant chains, ones that almost every Japanese has likely dined in, there has been an increase of approximately 20% in their menu prices. It's worth noting that besides these major chains, there are several smaller restaurants where price increases haven't been publicly announced. In my estimation, though, approximately 70% of restaurants seem to have raised their prices since 2023. While these hikes may vary among restaurants, this widespread increase in dining costs might significantly impact your overall budget when dining out in Japan.
Considering these adjustments in restaurant prices, it's advisable to plan and allocate your budget accordingly when exploring dining options during your trip to Japan.
Number 9 is alcohol price.
Let's talk about something many of you might be looking forward to during your trip to Japan. The nightlife and, of course, some alcoholic beverage, among various categories I've researched. One intriguing aspect that stands out is the decrease in alcohol prices in 2023. Specifically, this reduction is due to a revision in alcohol taxation starting from October 2023. The tax on a single can of beer has decreased from 70 yen to 63 yen, though it may seem like a small reduction amidst the overall rise in prices. This decrease in alcohol costs is indeed welcome news for travelers. However, it's essential to note that this applies specifically to purchases made at supermarkets and similar outlets.
While this price drop in alcohol might not affect all drinking venues, it's a positive shift for those planning to buy alcohol from retail stores during your stay in Japan.
Number 10 is Japanese currency weak.
I have explained the situation where Japan has experienced price increases in most categories. However, I have some very good news for you here. As I mentioned in previous videos, the Japanese currency is currently weak. Japan is experiencing a historic period of currency depreciation, marking approximately a 30-year low for the Japanese yen. This amounts to nearly a 30% depreciation compared to pre-pandemic levels. So, what does this mean for you? Well, it's the perfect time to plan a trip to Japan. This substantial currency depreciation offers travelers significant cost savings. Whether you're exploring Tokyo's bustling streets, Kyoto's serene temples, or Osaka's lively markets, you can now enjoy everything Japan has to offer at an anticipated 30% discount from pre-devaluation prices, while price hikes persist in most categories for foreign visitors. The impact of this currency devaluation presents an incredible opportunity to travel affordably. Don't miss out on this incredible chance to explore Japan.
How was 10 new price Japan has changed? Please share your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like button. See you in my next video. Bye!